Okay, so this is finally the follow-up to the book that I had originally put on there, and I thought I was going to make it an art journal for my daughter to do whatever she wanted to in, but because the book was orange, I decided to just make it a Halloween book. So I just made the two eyes on there, and I can't even, I'd have to go back and watch the other video to remember what else was on here, but the title I'm sure was on it, and I just left this space here with the words for the title and did black gesso over the entire book. And this is the little library pocket that was here. I just stuck a little eyeball paper in here. This is just kind of ready for me to start and do whatever I feel like doing. This was the cool page that I left these alone for journaling lines, and I just, because it's Halloween, I had to add some little gory details to the weapons. I did some with permanent marker, and then I went to paint because, as you can see on this page, some of the permanent marker went through. So I'll have to put a little dead person hanging maybe from the tree eventually, but there was a line across here. This is the title page, and so I had to come up with something to kind of cover that up and hide it. This is a blank, just acrylic paint, went over that. Black gesso again. I had so much fun doing the black gesso. It was really lots to do with that. This was just scrap paper that I cut out and put in the corners. I did some spider webs. I don't know how good this detail is going to show up, but there's these little spider webs in the corner that I drew in the gesso before it dried, and so it just kind of kept the design, but I don't know how well that's going to show up on the video. Just some washi tape. I love these little guys that were part of the illustrations in the book, so I left them, and I just did some journaling lines there, and we'll see what becomes of that. Another blank page ready to start on. More weapons. I did the same thing with the paint, and this was just a little Halloween treat bag, and I had just glued it on the edges here and here, and so it created a pocket, and it also is a little bag, so it has the bag inside. Just a little trick-or-treat tag, and of course one of my favorite candies was Milk Duds, so I had to make this into some kind of a little tag and for journaling or whatever that will be. And again, I left the little guy there. I'm not sure how they're gonna show up in there. This was mostly how the original book looked. I did go over a lot of the trees with black acrylic paint, but this had a bunch of the paragraphs up here, so I just covered it up and continued on the way I thought the trees would look. And again, there's my two little guys. And this is just scrapbook papers that I filled in, did some stamping with spider web and washi tape and acrylic paint on this page. I have some really cool ideas for this after I had kind of drawn this little hillside looking thing, so I kind of know what I'm going to put on it already, but I'm not brave enough to put it on just yet. So that'll be the next thing. Is the next video will be this all completed and doodled in and painted in and whatever else. This is just scrapbook paper again, washi tape, and this is black gesso. Can't wait to use some like white paint pens or gel pens or different things and colors on those. Again, the little forest I left here. I didn't go over this one with black acrylic paint, but I probably will eventually. Just covered up some of the ends with scrapbook paper, and then did this little, this was my Milk Duds that got sprayed with some, I don't know, purple ink. And so I just added this little page here, used it as a tab to make this little fold out right on there. Just washi tape on the edge. This is another black gesso page, and I did the big spider web in the corner. Like I said, I'm not really sure how well that's going to come out on there. So I'm not positive how I'll paint over that yet either. But here's, I love these little old-fashioned, like vintage Halloween kitty faces. I'll do something on that. And this page was still pretty plain. Haven't decided really what to do there. Again, the eyeball page and the little guy here. Probably going to end up gessoing over that, but oh well. Just some more scrapbook paper and washi tape. I did put some dictionary things that I had cut out of an old Webster's dictionary that had happy, and then Halloween, and their definitions there. This is just scrapbook paper and washi tape again. I did some stamping on top of the light colored stamping on top of the gesso to help that show up better. And this was the last page of the book. I regret not taking a before and after picture of this page, because this was all tomatoes, because originally the book was about growing tomatoes in this kingdom. And so I just decided to turn, the tomatoes were kind of more orangey in this book anyway, so I just turned them into pumpkins, and so just made a big pumpkin patch out of that. This is the back page, just waiting for me to do something. And then the back had this really cool castle already on it, but I added some details, putting the curtains and people standing in there, and haunted it out a little bit with the spider webs, bats, and adding the moon and the scary looking clouds and the brush down here. So anyway, I was happy with how it turned out for the most part, and hoping to get into it soon and start playing around and painting and doing what I want to do. Thanks.